Coach has been blown away by Crabtree's hands and his ability to suck in these balls.
Tyrell Williams, he beats Cox.
This is a really thickly built guy.
We didn't let the team go because we were switching our balls.
Give her 6 quavers, then pause.
I hope someone's taking all this down. What are we saying to each other? It's like they're trying to teach us a basic 70s disco. It's the first day of school, fellas. You have a translation error like on the signal? We're taking over this conversation now.
You need a gun because you're weak. You need a bullet because your voice is small.
Enough is enough!
Can't stop! I'm gonna go celebrate!
My choice! My choice!
That's not talking about! That's not talking!
I will not be stopped!
Join with us right now!
Then what time?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Toffee Brand Coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is. And when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old ice troll treatment.
Went from loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're going to give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm going to let you keep your hand.
They're good. Oh, there. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in to everybody's favorite show, Astrocast, featuring Melanie Mack and Hannah Claire. How are you two doing?
Awesome. Doing good.
Yeah.
I love Astrocast. It's the best 2 days of the week, in my opinion.
It is. And I love your Beetlejuice shirt.
Thank you. Guess what? I got this from American Eagle before this.
Really? That's so funny.
Yes.
Well, it's
so you
awesome.
guys should all buy it. Yeah.
I have no idea what a Beetlejuice shirt is.
Well, you know the movie Beetlejuice?
Well, yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, he wears that. He's wearing that
suit.
shirt.
But it's white and black.
No, it's purple.
Well, blue matches my eyes.
You're right.
Better.
You're right. It is purple. You're right. It is purple. Yeah. Yeah. Hannah Claire.
Something?
No, you're right, I think.
Okay.
Hannah Claire Beetlejuice. That's right. Yeah.
Aww, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm finally cool.
Yay.
Yeah. I didn't. Do either of you watch like Wednesday or? I definitely was not interested in the remake, so I was like, poop
I didn't
on
watch it. Like I hear it's good, but I don't know. I haven't watched it.
I like OG Addams Family. Like that's a vibe.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I still rewatch that all the time.
I always like the Munsters better than Addams Family, though.
Ooh,
I love the Munsters. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's classic.
You're not
TV
old
land.
enough to be a Munsters fan.
No, I'm not. But well, like I am a nerdy homeschool kid, so we watched a lot of TV Land.
Oh, TV Land. Yeah, I guess like you
Yeah.
caught it on the reruns.
That was
I
just
suppose,
that. Okay,
yeah.
TV Land is safe. We're not going to be corrupt. We're not going to be as likely to be corrupt watching TV Land. So that was on the mom approved channels.
Yeah, okay. So then you were watching Bonanza and
Yes,
the Munsters.
I think you'll see this a lot with young kids where their parents were like, I loved like Pokemon growing up, so you're gonna watch this. Like there'll be kids who get all kinds of clumps of culture based on what their parents are showing them.
That's
I had mine was, I think it was called Me TV. I don't know if that's another channel, if that was like if someone got on the antenna, because my parents never paid for cable until I moved out. It was Andy Griffith Show, into Matlock, into People's Court, into
what a fun assortment.
Yeah, and then it was into like Wings, I think, and that's what I would watch. Like that's what was on. You watched what mom and dad had on. You weren't like, hey, can I put like, hey, what else is on? No, and plus we had 4 channels, so it was like we only had what came on the. I mean, like we weren't poor. My parents were just like weird about cable. They just never wanted. Some people are just like, hey, it's another monthly bill. I don't want to deal with that. Nowadays, I understand not paying for it because you don't want all that woke crap. But like,
right?
At that time, they were just like, I'm not paying $70 a month or $60 a month for television. Now, like, my parents probably, my mom could never live without it. She used to have a DVR in the DVR era, and like, she would DVR endless episodes of like HGTV, like House Flippers, like.
Yes. Oh, your mom's a real one. I love that.
Yeah, it's just like I would try to DVR something to be full.
Did she have like Trading Spaces from TLC?
Yeah, I used to watch so much Trading Spaces.
Yeah. Trading Spaces was, and then they had a kids version of it where it was like used like teens from across the street swapped rooms and redid it. It's amazing. Can't believe it had a spinoff. Incredible.
One of my all-time favorite, like maybe Hannah Claire's not there yet. But like once you get old enough, there becomes a point when you're like on the same level with your parents. And I remember like one time I was over there and I was like looking at what they had DVR'd, and my dad had DVR'd something like Big Busty Cheerleaders or something like that. I'm like, what the hell? And my mom just like, she just kind of like looks, and I'm like, Dad. And it was like not even like porn. It was like, it was like some like, special on cheerleaders. It must have been on like Spike TV or something like that.
Oh yeah, they had all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm like, Dad, you DVR'd the like bustiest cheerleaders or whatever.
I'm like, look, they're athletes. They deserve our support.
Right? He didn't make. I mean, he didn't make any apologies for it. And I wouldn't have either. I respect that, but it was very, very odd. By the way, Jason says, I'm not going to give up my bun activism. I miss Thursday, so now I have to make up time. I mean, I think you should keep working on it. Ramsey says, Melanie, have you seen the Doug Wilson CNN interview?
No, I don't
maybe
know
we can
what
watch
that's about. Okay.
I don't know who Doug Wilson is. Is he a Jesus person?
I don't know.
Jesus person.
Well,
Melanie, Jesus person? You know
I know every Jesus person, but I don't know this one.
Well, I'm saying like his crusade for Christian domination in the age of Trump.
This is
it's
coming
6 minutes. We can watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's the leader of like, I don't remember what they're calling it, like some code for extremists in the mainstream media, but I guess the church that Pete Hegseth goes to is like linked to the churches that this guy is involved in. So I don't know if it's like Christian nationalism or how they're classifying it. They think he's, too Christian, too. I don't know.
Yeah, even though this entire country was founded on Christianity.
Exactly. He doesn't want women to vote. He's okay with taking away the 19th Amendment. So obviously, he's a masculine terrorist.
I don't care about women voting, but I'm sick of seeing fat woman police chiefs coming out and like talking about like terrible crime in their city. I'm like, can we stop with it? Like Cincinnati, fat chick. New Orleans terror attack, old chick. The DC woman who didn't know what the term chain of command meant, black chick. I'm like, are there any men in charge of the fucking police departments anywhere? Yeah. Every time I see them on TV, it's another woman. I'm like, what's going on? Like, crime-riddled towns, female mayor, female police chief.
I wonder why.
I just can't figure it out.
This very unscientifically to like the rates of arrests for children raised by single moms. Do you think? Like, you know what I mean? Single mom in charge of the city, it's not so good. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Guess where Doug Wilson is the senior pastor? At a church in Moscow, Idaho. It all links back to Ryan
Koberger. Wait, Koberger was Moscow, Idaho?
Technically, he wasn't. Technically, he went to Washington State University, which is across the border. But that's where the murder happened.
But where was the mass shooting? That was right there, too, wasn't it? That was in Idaho, too. The guy who shot the fireman?
Yeah, that was Idaho. That was a sniper guy.
That wasn't that far away from Moscow, Idaho, I don't think
so, because it's all northern Idaho.
Yeah. All right, well, let's take a look at that. Doug was, because, there's nothing going on the internet. I also have a prankster tricking a poetry journal by pretending to be a gender fluid Nigerian, and submitted and got a poem printed called Shakespeare's Cum Slut. And they printed it, and it turns out it was a white guy.
Of course. That's the thing is there's some accounts that I see on social media, and before I left X, there's like an account that I kind of liked the account, but you could just totally tell that it was a dude pretending to be a woman who's running it. They totally give themselves away, even if they're not like super degenerate. They still will give themselves away by
male coded.
It's male coded, and then how a woman will talk about herself is like, no, a woman would never say that about herself. That sounds like a guy pretending to be his dream woman on that account.
Yeah. Well, that's like we're gonna talk, like, our big segment basically is, is the internet dead? And we were talking a little bit about it before the show, and it kind of goes into that, like you like, famously left X, and it was the biggest news in the world because there's literally nothing going on right now. So it was like I was getting like dozens of DMs like, what's going on with Melanie Mac? What's going on with why did she leave? I'm like, bitch, she's not my kid. And like, what? I don't fucking know. Like, Melanie caused me the most fucking strife of any woman in my life. Like,
and there actually are quite a few women in your life. Like
I know I have a lot of women in my life. Yeah. And like Melanie, like, did you see what Melanie said about my fucking video game jerk off material? You gotta talk to her. I'm like, hey, how about you just fuck off? Like, why? You don't talk to Melanie because she's gonna call you to your face? Like, I don't
tell these women what to say. That's what's crazy. Why do they care that much that I'm anti-porn, for example? Like, I'm not about porn, and I'm
really sensitive about that.
It's like, why do they care? It's like, they disagree with me. They can disagree. I know. I don't care.
It's a second level of like, I don't care that you get shit because you ask for it.
Right.
But like, why am I getting shit? I'm like, it's not even this, like, not my girlfriend. Why are you coming to me? Like, I have never in the history of this show, I'm very confident in this. Melanie's probably the longest. You're probably my longest co-host, right? You were there since basically the beginning.
Yeah.
In the 2 years of doing this show, I have never fucking once told Melanie Mac what to say or what not to say.
Right.
Ever. It's never even. We don't even message.
Not to, I'm kidding.
We don't even. I talk to her like once. Like sometimes if I'm worried that she's having a mentee B, I'll message her and be like, "You good?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm good." Why are you asking? You fucking gay? So I'm like, okay. And then like that's it. And then I send her the link to the show. I don't tell it like. I'll get long emails to some of them. One day I flagged them all and put them like in a folder called like Melanie's bullshit. And like some of them are like 40 or 50 paragraphs long. Like, here, let me make a case for why you should, Melanie shouldn't be on the show or this and the other. I got told last night that Hannah Clara's links to the CIA, so I don't know. I have to look into that apparently. Yeah.
I do?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's not normally who I get linked to. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Usually it's, well, anyway, so I don't get, and I get the same shit about Luke too. And I'm like, I don't fucking, if I told Luke what to say, you think he'd annoy me as much as he does? Like, I don't tell these people what to say. And if I did, it would be cringe. And not, that would be very weird. Those emails are from Luke. Yeah, probably. They probably are. Luke's like, he's got like a pen in his mouth, like, letter to the editor. And he's like, I could definitely see that. It's rare. But about once a week. It depends if Melanie's like on one. If Melanie's on one, then I'll get like a dozen in a week.
Am I getting canceled at that specific time?
Or like, nobody ever emailed me about you saying the word. It's only ever been about the Gooner games, which
Gooner stuff.
I have been pretty neutral about. I'm like, why are you yelling at me? I don't care. Like, play your Gooner games.
I think they yell at you because it makes them uncomfortable. They don't want to have to look at their lives and reevaluate their use of pornography, but also because you are the most public-facing man in Melanie's life. Like, they don't know who her dad is. You find her brothers, and so they're like, this girl's out of control. You make her stop what she's doing.
You get your woman in line. Yeah,
well, that's what's wild is that there are some guys who have agreed with me and sided, and they caught some strays, but like not even to the same capacity. Like, there's people who don't invite me on their shows anymore that I used to be on their shows, but because of all of that, they don't want me on there. But they'll still have the guys on there who are agreeing with me. But I think just hearing a woman says it makes them even more mad for some reason.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it.
I think it touches an insecurity, which everyone's.
Well,
got
when a woman with the Gooner games, like that is particularly like I don't want to go down the road and like make people get too defensive, but
right, yeah,
it is different coming from a woman. I get that, I accept that, but I will never give one single solitary fuck about what anybody on my show says off my show, and even like on the show, I don't care. The only thing the only thing I've ever actually reminded Melanie about was like, hey, we're on YouTube, so like,
yeah, careful with my favorite word.
Yeah, but other than that, like, I don't give a shit, and I never have. So I don't know why people even try me. Like, I don't know why people try me and like say it's because I'm just like, I'll usually just reply like, you're gay, like it's the least, like, you are the letter U are gay,
yeah,
or like don't care, or I don't know. It's very weird. But anyway, I said all that to say that like I am spending less time on X and I'm not feeling bad about it.
I feel great since I took my X hiatus. Like I, especially that first that weekend there, I was like, I feel life again. Like I feel this. It's like King Theoden in Lord of the Rings when he was like a zombie, but then he had that spirit out of him and he came to life again. That's how I felt getting off of X, because there's just something about it. I just feel like it's flooded with these propaganda bots and just a lot. I feel like a lot of demonic ideologies and stuff are getting peddled. And that it's just, I'm just like, hey, I don't see any good fruit coming from this. I don't think it's necessary for me to even be here right now. It's only just draining the life out of me, and it's also bringing out the worst in me, and I don't want that. So,
I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, it's like a skill to be able to be on X and have great responses and quick, but like it must be taxing. It must be exhausting.
Well, it was hard for me to scale back because it wasn't much, but I was earning like $400 or $500 a month.
Right.
And it was like, that's not nothing, but I was like, you know what? If I just spend less time on X and I do like one more YouTube video,
right,
or like 2 more YouTube videos, it cancels itself out. Yeah, I started to get sick. This is all leading up to our Is the Internet Dead, which is the main topic of the show, which we're going to get into in like 2 minutes. Because like I started to like go on X, and I was like for a long time, it's been very clear. Like people say like, X is not real life, but then it got further and further away from real life. Like I can't tell you, I go out. I was at the Ren Fair. I was at the State Fair. You know how many people I saw. How many people talk to me about Jews or Palestine or not one fucking person in the real world is talking about what people are talking about on X. Not one, none. You know how many times people ask me about the Epstein files? 0. Like I felt like it was drawing me away from like my core viewers, where it's like, oh yeah, they actually don't care about this shit.
Right.
Like most of it's like, yes, people care about the Epstein files, but like, is it their whole life? Are they going to watch another 10-minute video on it? No, they're not. They're just like, I felt like it was, kind of chewing up too much of my time, and like, it was more than anything sending me in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
like I started to think people care about stuff that they don't actually care about.
Exactly. That's the same thing with me, because I noticed when I put more attention on YouTube after leaving X and all that, I'm realizing it's like, okay, this is a different audience. This audience touches grass sometimes. It's like, and so they're interested in different things. X is designed to radicalize people. It just is. Yeah. That's why you've seen this extreme radicalization of the left and the right in just different ways. Yeah. And it's just like, man, it's I don't think it's healthy at all.
I used to really like X, and this still happens, but like there would be some people, especially journalists or people who love research, and they would do these long threads where it's like there's actually interesting information here, and it's kind of like an article but in a different format. But it seems like, at least from my sideline view for the last couple of years, the only way that people are really making it being circulated on X is if they fight all the time. Like you have to pick fights with everybody and respond to every fight, and like that drama is what is driving X's algorithm more than anything else. I mean, I guess to a certain point it's engagement, but like I don't no thank you. I'm busy. I have to put my baby's handprint on some Christmas ornaments. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not that sometimes it's interesting and sometimes there's stuff that comes out of it. Like I like talking about the engagement ring fight last week, but like I don't need to read about it for 4 to 6 hours a day.
Exactly.
It's still the best place for breaking news. So I'll never not use it.
Yeah, I check.
I will engage
there,
it.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at because I'll check what people are talking about and stuff. But that's it.
Yeah. Which kind of brings us to our main story, by the way. By the way, wait, Rumble no longer scrolls. Wait, what do you mean it doesn't scroll? Oh, the chat doesn't scroll. You're fucking right. It isn't scrolling for me either. I will. Oh, no, it is. You just got to scroll down to the bottom. Make sure you're all the way down to the bottom. It's scrolling up for me.
Yeah, I see it scrolling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been like I had a lot of fun last night. I finally got to the point in Expedition 33 where like I have a lot of completionists in my chat who are like bullying me into like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that before you go back to Lumiere and finish it. And I was like, fine. So like I was grinding Lumina points for like 3 hours last night. I'm like, I hate my life. But like also I was like, you know what, this is still better than being on X and arguing with people and like
exactly.
It's still better than like, you know, but I did want to talk about kind of the big something I talked to Tim about privately on the phone, and he put out a video today on it. Of course, it's not getting a ton of views because again, everyone right now is kind of guessing what the hell people are interested in because you know, Hollywood like woke stuff is kind of cooked. You know, Trump's president, things are going pretty good. It's summertime. You know, it's pretty hard right now to get somebody's attention. And there's a certain amount of like, hey, people are, you know, on vacation or whatever, or there, but it's never been this bad. What's leading to this is the internet has never felt this dead to me ever. And like Melanie and I were discussing it before the show, and you know, Hannah Claire's relatively new to kind of putting out content, but like it has never been this bad. And I've been producing content nonstop for maybe 12 years. So like there is, you know, and Melanie too, like she's been very consistent. So like these are two well-educated takes on the ebbs and flows of like viewership. And a lot of people say, well, it's summer, it's after the election. Bull. I went back and looked at my YouTube channel in post-election in 2020. It was crushing. I looked at it post-election 2016, crushing. There was absolutely no drop whatsoever. I mean, a little drop, like a 10, 15% drop, but not what is effectively a 50+% drop, which is what I'm seeing in viewership. There's this theory, and Tim and I both had it independently, so there must be something to it, where like this all seems to really coincide with the death of USAID. And it's not just on YouTube, right? Look at what's happening on late night television. You know, Colbert, they just canceled the show. And he has more viewership. Colbert has bigger viewership than Kimmel and Fallon combined. And they weren't making money on it. So like, I don't know, you know, there's dead internet theory, which I do subscribe to, which basically, if I'm oversimplifying it, is that the majority of internet traffic is fake, bots or sock accounts.
I agree.
And either YouTube basically said, we're no longer counting that traffic, or half the population died overnight. Because it's like completely, it was like a Thanos level occurrence. And it happened very specifically maybe a month ago, three or 4 weeks ago. And it's not like there hasn't been news. I mean, Colbert got fired. You know, it's not like there hasn't been stuff to talk about. Did people just finally check out of the internet? If that's your theory, then why now? Why now suddenly in July of 2025 did half the world leave the internet?
Yeah, this is the thing, because it is across the board. It's not just YouTube. It's on, I notice on TikTok as well, because I'll scroll a lot on TikTok and it's like, well, you realize they start recommending you a lot of old videos because they don't have a lot of new stuff being made. So it's not just, oh, they're all on this platform now or that platform. X is undeniably filled with bots. I would say 50 to 75% bots on X.
That's, you know, Melanie, that's part of like, not to cut you off, but like, that's part of why I was like, you know what, I'm done with this, because it's like, yo, I'm talking to fucking Pajeets and Pakistani bots. Like, what am I even doing with my time? I'm not even talking to real people. And now even the verified accounts, if you read enough of them, you can tell that they're fake. Like, they're just like, the quartering raises an interesting point here. I do agree with what, and it's like a regurgitated. It's like, this is very clearly a bot. And it's like, I just, you know, it's so weird.
Yeah, I think that a lot of what we've seen on the internet for the past, like, I don't know, maybe even 10 years has been, I think there's been more propaganda bots that we just didn't realize that pushed a lot of these like LGBTQ ideologies, the transgender ideologies, this, that, and the other, because it made it look like approval and for all of this was just massive. And it did its job in indoctrinating a lot of people, including children. But then now we do see less of that all of a sudden. It seemed like it was so sudden because just like 3 years ago, I got banned off of Twitter because of saying my favorite slur, you know? And or I remember just feeling relentlessly attacked for speaking against the LGBT ideology stuff. And then just all it took was a year or two, and all of a sudden now I'm not getting but like 5% of the hate that I was getting before. It's hard to believe that just changed overnight. I think that a lot of it is that there are propaganda bots on the internet funded by the CCP, the DNC, who knows who all. Right. But there are a lot of propaganda bots out there that are trying to sway public opinion to a certain way, and with America trying to be the downfall of America, right? So yeah, that's just.
Look at this. I just put out a video.
I love that Melanie would have noticed by being like, "Hey, fewer people are getting mad at me."
I know. That's how I noticed. Wait, I can say this, and I was getting death threats and all this stuff for saying this just 2-3 years ago. Now I'm getting hard lady pushback. What gives?
Yeah, it's so strange because like I just released a video on Colbert, which yesterday's video, like, you know, Colbert should do okay. When I usually do a video, when it first releases in like the 1 o'clock time slot, it gets 400 to 500 views per minute, a standard decent video. I just released this one. It's currently getting 213 views per minute. It's like less than half, like overnight. Like there is something very weird, you know, algorithmically. People are burnt out, I agree. But like, you know, I put out a video over the weekend. I put 2 videos over the weekend that got 150,000 views. Like, what's going on with that? But then like Tuesday, primetime video release, notification confirmed sent, dead. Like complete bomb video that I'll probably delete in 20 minutes because you don't want to like underperformers on your channel. Like where, I mean, is this, I see chat kind of saying like, well, people are burnt out. It's like, yeah, but they're not. Like they weren't burnt out in 2016. They weren't burnt out in 2020. So why now?
Well,
you know, like why suddenly now?
If this is probably not going to be your favorite response to it, but like, I wonder if we could find statistics on consumption of media, because like we talk about this like in the summer, people go on vacation or they're like off their regular schedules for whatever reason, so maybe they're consuming less. I don't think that's true. I think people are using the internet, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, about the same. I wonder if it really is a form of burnout or misalignment from the algorithm. Like, I don't know who sets all the algorithms or whatever, but there's this poll that came out last week. I talked about it in a video I posted yesterday that asked American adults over or under 30 and over 30, I believe, how engaged they were with different topics, like the economy, taxes, things like that. And everyone who's under 30, who I would assume is like the bulk of a lot of current, everyday, all the time internet users, are just overall not engaged with stuff. You know, it's not like there's one issue they care about more than older adults. They care about everything less. And I wonder in some ways if, you know, successful creators, like we've talked about this, are the people who are not talking about anything in the news. They're playing video games. They're like, here is my art. I'm DIYing my house or whatever. Like if it's sort of like a break from any topical engagement, which is why the algorithm is having a hard time following it. It's not seeing the political through line that it's used to because people actually don't want that. They want
that could be part of it. Like somebody in the chat, like this is a classic comment from a fucking moron. Your thumbnails are terrible. Your topics are terrible. And you upload too much. It's that simple, Jeremy. I've been uploading 4 to 5 videos a day for fucking 6 years, homie. It has never been a problem. Like suddenly today, people are like, he uploads too much. No, dude. Like there is something.
I upload
very
never.
weird.
No, something changed.
It's affecting me too. So I don't know if that's the criticism here.
And I don't know. I don't know if culture's changing or people are gravitating more to something else. But if it is, I don't know what that is right now because I know
it's not on
that,
TikTok. It's not on Instagram.
It's not, exactly. I know that in terms of like gaming content creators and stuff, those fizzled out big time over.
Huge. Yeah.
I mean, they're so rare now that somebody is making a living off of just streaming video games that aren't botting their accounts, right?
Well, not even that, Melanie. Remember all those people that came up with us, like Legacy Killer HD, like there were all these channels that were covering like The Last of Us 2 stuff, and they're all dead.
That too,
like,
yeah.
All
even
those channels are dead. Like I look and these channels used to get hundreds of thousands of views. Even like Young, who has like over 1 million subs, his channel's dead. And it's like people like but it all seemed to kind of happen in the last 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now the gaming YouTubers have been
July.
Yeah. Now, it could be, as some people in chat point out, that people are just more burnt out than usual right now. And, like, as a general rule, it hasn't been that much time. Like, it hasn't been, like, it's only been a month. And it's, like, the kind of the whole grand picture of stuff. You know, it's been a short period of time. Lots of stuff going on. But you know what? The live shows are basically the same.
Yeah.
You know, like there's still people who are doing very well. Critical Drinker does very good. Nerdrotic does very good. But these guys do like the longer form standalone content. So there are people that are doing well. Like my Rumble numbers, for example, have been about the same. Or slightly lower. Mm-hmm. You know, like it depends. Like 15 to 20K views per standalone is about normal for me. Yesterday, my standalones got 4, 9, 14, and 8. And 8. So I would say Rumble's also down probably 30, 40%. You know, I mean, I don't know. What were you saying, Melanie? What do you think? Like, do you think everyone's just like, oh, hey, like, everyone's just on vacation right now, or is it, you know, bots started, you know, the USAID money running? Like, what's going on?
I think something's actually going on with, I don't know, maybe bots, because it's just like all of a sudden you see everywhere on social media a lot less traction on everything from all kinds of different creators, except for, you know, there are some who are still doing about the same. But for the most part, it just seems like the internet is way smaller than it has been in the past like decade. So I don't know what's up with that. It's got to be bots or something.
Is there a new platform emerging? Because if, again, we're operating from the theory that people are using the internet the same amount, they're just not showing up where they used to. Like I imagine that a lot of platforms took a hit when TikTok grew over COVID. Like people who were predominantly on Instagram shifted and their content went there and their viewers went there and things like that. Is there something on the horizon that we're not aware of that is consuming all the teens or something?
It would be the first time ever that like I missed it that bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that there has been a shift to short form video.
Right.
That's undoubted. But like, you could say that of YouTube, but like Rumble doesn't offer short form video.
Right.
And I mean, it is possible that we just like, this will be referred to as like the great traffic lull of 25.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, it's literally like, you could only be 100%, 100% dialed in all the time. Like people, like, again, even like the criticisms that people are pretending that matter are just dumb. Like, we're burned out on the quality, and the quality of your YouTube videos are failing. I'm putting out the same quality videos in 2025 as I did in 2021. Like, it's an opportunity for people that don't like you or don't like me in this particular case to pretend that their shit matters.
Exactly.
But your opinion doesn't matter. You weren't watching my videos before, so your opinion is disregarded. And
exactly.
My videos have basically remained the same quality for 12 years, completely unchanged. So it's not that. Like, I just think that there's something weird going on. Like, everybody collectively has had enough of the internet, or somehow these bots are gone away.
Something.
And it can be multi-factor. I mean, I think
it has to be too.
It seems like it's a critical storm. I do believe that there are seasons where there are dips in viewership. I mean, I know that from the way I consume content, right? Like, the summer is just different, but we are going back. We're going into the back to school year, into fall and winter. People are home more. People are inside more. But I don't think, like, you've talked about this. I know Lucas talked about this, like, suddenly seeing a drop in followers. That, I think, is the bot purging. Yeah. And so it seems like it's the perfect storm. I also wonder if in some ways, like, the overlords at whatever tech companies do this type of thing, they strangle viewership to get the people who are dependent on it to produce more content or ask them for help or engage in some way. Like, that's really nefarious. That's a tinfoil hat theory from me. But if it's too easy and everyone's doing too well, I don't know if the company thrives in that method.
Yeah, I mean, we'll look back at this era of, like, the weird thing is, like, live show viewership really hasn't changed that much. I mean, we've got 15K watching right now. We usually don't peak till about 2:00. And, last Thursday we had almost 20K. So, like, the live shows are doing well. I think maybe people's tastes have migrated to the live show more than the standalone video, because of that, platforms are pushing that more,
right?
Because like Asmongold, I mean, I'm sure Hannah Claire has no idea who that is, but he's crushing it. Like, a lot of these, like, live streamers are killing it, and they basically do what we do, but they just stay on all day long in between videos.
Even he's saying that he's gonna take a break. I think he's gonna take like a 6-month break
because dad's sick.
His dad's sick, and he's just burnt out right now, and he has so many obligations. So it's kind of tough, because it's like, okay, if it gets to that point to where to stay competitive in this space, we have to be streaming 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day, then it's every single day. Then it's like, okay, well then these creators aren't living real life. And you have people like Asmongold, who we've seen how his real life is neglected because he is constantly live.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I love Asmon, but he's the perfect example of, like, by the way, he also has more than $10 million in the bank too. So he's got no excuse.
So he doesn't even have to do it.
He doesn't have an excuse to live. I love Asmon. I think we have a fine relationship. We talk back and forth about stuff. I don't, and, like, he has no actual reason to not have a full-time housekeeper. Like, there's that guy during his Final Fantasy streaming days was probably making a fucking $100,000 a week or more. And, like, there's no reason he can't have a $250 a week maid. You know what I mean? He should have a maid and a full-time chef cooking for him healthy meals every day. And, like, so, I mean, but just because you have money, that doesn't really change who people are. When you give people money, it just makes them more of who they actually are. And,
and I think that's probably telling also of the personality. Like, if you can stream like that for 12 plus hours, I mean, not everyone can do that. I wonder, I can barely do anything for 12 minutes. I would also wonder what that says about the audience. Like, I know that there is, there's like a whole ASMR, or like you can look up videos where it's like, walk through the streets of New York with me. And that's like, people will put it on and then do other things. It seems to me like, a 2-hour podcast, if that's what you're listening to in like a panel form like this, like, that's pretty long already. If you're listening to 12 hours of someone, talking or playing video games, or I don't even know what they do, that almost seems like you're looking for company. And that reminds me more of the movement towards AI as companionship, which is a whole part of, like, internet usage that I think we're just seeing truly emerge right now.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Let me go to some comments. RD Troll says, I think it's Kick. Kick is absolutely killing it.
I think Kick is a bunch of bots.
I disagree with that entirely. Yeah, Artie, I love you, but the only people making any money on Kick were already popular other places.
Right.
And view botting on Kick is like a known thing. Like, I did a whole video on it. Like, I just opened a stream and I opened 5 other tabs and the viewership went up by 5. They don't even do the minimum, like, views per IP kind of stuff. It just kept creating infinite sessions. And view botting is a problem on Twitch too.
It is.
You know, so maybe like really, it's entirely possible that like maybe some crazy like USAID money like was funding the culture war, and somebody was like promoting my videos that I don't even know about. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's possible, and then suddenly that money dried up, and
now you miss USAID.
Well, yeah, I do, I guess. I mean, I had to take a 50% haircut. I mean, it's crazy. Like, if it stays like this, like, if it stays like this,
like,
gay bots?
The internet's like,
Can those gay bots come back and bombard my comments with death threats again?
Yeah, please. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm very open about like the money the show makes with my cast and crew and stuff. And I was very open about when, like, and it's like
not doing well. We all get nervous.
Yeah, but like I feel like it's better to be honest than to pretend that everything's good and like
or just like spring stuff up out of the dark. Like that's the worst way to have.
I think our live show is doing good, but let me be very clear. Like YouTube is what funds funds a live show, and so like the live show doesn't make any money. And so it's like when I see the YouTube stuff like disappear, I'm like, oh. Well, it didn't just go 10% down this month. It's down like 50%. And that's concerning. And, and it's entirely, I think Hannah Claire's probably right that it's just this weird, perfect storm of like, people are burnt out. A lot of people feel like the culture war was won too. Like with Trump winning the election, it's kind of like when Trump won the election, I think everyone gave so much to getting him in this time. It was different than 2016 where it was almost like a meme. Like this time it was like, oh my God, we have to get Trump back in.
It was high stakes.
Yeah, super high stakes. And like, I think that was the reason. And, so then that could have led to more like, I'm out, like I'm good. Hollywood's not really, there hasn't been a major if we just look at
we don't have a singular rallying point. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think what you're saying is really important. I think, 2016, there was a movement for Trump. It got stronger over the years. Definitely this last election cycle, people were like, we want Trump to go in. We want culture to change. And then it happened. And you do see kind of focus points when people are critical of something the Trump administration is doing. But overall, I think some of the, thought leaders or like lead critics on the internet who were rallying for Trump or rallying for certain change have now arrived at this destination and they don't have a clear mission anymore. And so therefore it's reflective both in the content they're putting out and also how their audience feels. Like if you were really concerned about an issue or you really wanted an update on the news or something like that, there was a time where you were checking every night. You knew who you were going to. There were people who were like known for their coverage on certain issues. And now it's all sort of scattered. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's good to have these cultural reckonings and also have, naturally, organically have our cultural norms reset and have things bubble to the top. But like everything is a little bit less pressure filled because
people are chilled right now. Right.
Like, and it seems like, okay, let's give, the new administration a second to do things. It seems like there's some progress being made. Like I think of the men and women's sports issue. There are so many, I think over 20 states have passed bills requiring schools to require people playing on teams that align with their biological sex. So now, like, it's not that the issue is won entirely, and there's still, the Supreme Court is supposed to take up a case on this, but it's not the same kind of pressure. We need to act now. Everything's going the wrong way that it was before, which I think just means everyone's a little more lax. It doesn't. There's nothing pushing us forward to the same destination.
That's probably the right answer. Tinky Winky says, I burned my 30-year-old porn collection thanks to Melanie. Hey, shout out. That's a good collection too to have. I mean, just as a collector, I respect that. A 30-year collection of just about anything is pretty good. On Rumble, says, is this IL Island Girl? When I watch the quartering live, I won't watch the separate cuts from it since I've already seen them on the days I can't catch a live show. Then I love those cuts. That's when I watch. Yeah, I do think live has taken over for a lot. Like, monetizing the live stream is obviously like a big, important push for us, going into fall. Like, if this show just were to break even, like, I would be so happy. Like, by the way, you can join as a member on YouTube for $5 a month. You can join as a member on Twitch or Kick. It's called subscribing there. Or on Rumble, you can become a Rumble premium user and even get your first month free by using the link in the description. All of those, including the Rumble premium membership, which is the best value, we get half of that every month, I suppose, after your first month is up, because the first month is free. But yeah, that's a great, I think you're going to see more people doing, you're going to see a strong push to more members content. I have really resisted it. We signed this deal with Rumble where essentially the fate of the show relies on us being able to push people to Rumble Premium. And I have really resisted, I've been saying for weeks, months, hey, we're going to do members only section. And I feel so slimy, like hiding content from people. But like, this is like, I'm not going to have a choice. Like, because people won't sign up unless you actually gate stuff, and it's like, I've really tried to not do that.
I don't think you do it as a way to like keep people out. It's more of like, there are some people, like I know this because I've done the show with you for a while now, and you recognize certain usernames. Like, there are people who are really involved, they're very supportive, and it's sort of a way to be like, here is content for you guys who are really engaged with this channel. Like, on the one hand, yes, it does keep some people out. On the other hand, the people that are showing up all the time, like, it's nice for them to have something that they kind of exclusively get.
Well, I mean, by fall, it's going to be the first hour and then members only. Like, I will only be able to hold them off for so long. So take advantage of the free, the free month, definitely. Cambridge, I have to cut back on political videos or like doom and gloom, which is just basically Tim's videos nowadays. I went back to Let's Plays. I used to watch and catch up on a lot of content for the most part. Yeah. I mean, that's a big part of it too. 50715 says, ask Grok or another AI if the timeline lines up with the US AID being cut, the censorship laws all over Europe, or just plain old demographic shifts. I don't think it was demographic shifts because it was too, like, rip the Band-Aid off. Like, it was just too, like, boom, overnight. Like, I have an actual YouTube rep, like, that I text, not like some Pajit in India, And I was like, bro, I've texted him multiple times, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, well, I need more data. He doesn't know. He's like, I'm like, you know what? I have never had less than like 500,000 views a day in 10 years, but suddenly overnight I go to 200,000. Like, that's not normal. I didn't get canceled. I didn't, I didn't get nothing. There's no external reason for it. I mean, even Tim, you could tell Tim's feeling the pressure because he put this video out. This video is basically Tim saying, I'm not getting any views anymore. What's going on with that? Like, he won't say that, but like, that's what this video is about.
It's interesting too that your YouTube person would be like, yeah, I don't know, because then I would be like, then you guys have an internal problem. Like, if you can't tell what's going on, then are you hacked or something? Yeah.
I think it's what it probably is like people are less interested, which means your click-through rate is less. Less people are interested. Less people are going to your channel. So YouTube thinks, hey, these videos aren't, very good. Because even if I look at like, for example, let me like pull up my main channel. It's not like I don't have videos that have done well. Just this weekend, I had 2 videos that were like 150K. So it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like they're all just gone for good, but like this weekend, 158K, 144K, back-to-back videos. Like, that's very, very good. 84K on Monday, that's fine. Monday's always slow. My Stephen Colbert video was 3,000 views in 30 minutes. That's crazy. Normally I get 30,000 in the first hour. This boob ice cream, 25,000 views. That's a video that should have crushed for me.
Ooh,
like
ice cream.
That's how balls deep I'm trying to find interesting topics for people. Like I'm so like, but like, it's not like here's 137,000, 163,000. So it's not like this was brutal. This was making fun of a lazy Gen Z female, 250,000 views. So it's not like nobody's around, it's just something weird is going on. And, the McDonald's video making fun. It seems like my best videos are response videos to like goofy shit nowadays, which might be what people want. Takes note.
Maybe because like one of my more popular videos lately was reacting to woke churches. That, the day that I uploaded it was like pretty normal viewership, but all of a sudden it just got in the algorithm and then it went
Actually,
off.
look at this. McDonald's exposed. We might I'll test this. Here's my McDonald's exposed video, which is me dunking on that guy that we talked about.
Right.
Like, not only did I cover it on the live show in front of 25,000 people, but like I made it a standalone and put an ad in it, 200K views. This one, another reaction video to a falsely accused where the girl has like a breakdown in court, 200K views. And then this video was another reaction video, 250,000 views. So these seem to be doing pretty good. The rest, well, the Race Wars one did pretty good. So it's weird. I think maybe it just I think Hannah Claire may have convinced me that like it's just people have kind of had enough of like being dialed in and being like hyper, plugged in. Now they want to tune in and just, see what the fuck's going on.
Well, I think we've moved from like after almost a decade of very intense and maybe even you could say intensifying partisan politics where it's like my team believes in this and you guys aren't doing that. And both sides do it, for better or for worse. We are now in a position where a lot of the extremes people don't agree with, right? Like, again, my example being women's sports. People are starting to be like, yeah, I can understand why you don't want to have a biological man there. With immigration, I mean, like we had a wave of Democrats come out and be like, yes, we should secure the border. That one makes sense. And so when you're no longer talking about like our team versus your team kind of scenario, you kind of have to rehash the issues. Like in some ways, I think of it as like a return to the Renaissance. Like you have to talk about art and culture in a way that isn't just like, and how do I get the politics in here? Because ultimately, all of that is shredded. We've talked about it to end. It's thin. There's nothing substantial enough to keep the conversation going. And
there's nothing new to say. Yeah, You're right. I'm going to test that. I'm going to as a test. We have 20,000 people watching. As a test, I'm going to do more. Now, obviously this Fallon video did fine, but look I did play clips in it. This Trump one just did good in spite of itself, but it's pretty funny that like, everything that banged was like, now to be fair, 250,000 views is not normal for my channel. That's a banger. That's like 100 to 150,000 is normally what I get. But like, I tried putting the hot chick thing on the thumbs. That didn't work. So maybe just reacting to like fucking crazy. Now you can't do 5 of those a day. Like that's pretty clear. But it's interesting to see, I suppose, how that's going to shake out. I want to give you guys a chance to tell people where to find you as I quick grab something from the other room.
Well, bye. Melanie, should we rock, paper, scissors, shoot, or you want to go first?
You can go first. You go ahead.
I don't know why I'm so awkward about this. I think it's because I'm not like, if we were sitting in a room, we'd go into rotation, but now we're on camera, so I don't know. Anyways, you can find my work on Rumble and YouTube. It's Hannah Claire B in all of those places. It's also Hannah Claire B on X. I do videos on the news, some cultural analysis. I put out a video yesterday talking about some stories that I think are interesting that you might have missed last week, including the poll that I referenced earlier. Also, potential nuclear reactor on the moon. That sounds not so good to me. You guys can check that out. I should have another video up in a day or two talking about Usha Vance. And yeah, thanks to all of you guys who already supported. Again, it's Hannah Claire B. I use it all one word. It's like my username on the screen here on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Okay, Melanie, tell them where to read the Bible.
All right, you guys can find me on my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack, where I've got weekday vlogs and Bible verses of the day every single day. And then you can catch me on my social commentary channel, Melanie Mac Go Boom, where I've been uploading usually about twice a day most days. And I also have streams every Wednesday there. So there you
go. Melanie, you have 400 siblings, right?
400. Yeah, something like that.
That's a specific number.
I have 2 brothers. So
okay, how did I think you had like 5 brothers?
No, I just had 2. But yeah.
That's funny. Okay, for some reason, I thought you had like 5 brothers and your mom raised like a whole baseball team of children. I was gonna be like, ask her
does
how
sound
she gets
awesome.
infants to sleep because it's
Oh,
black out here.
My brother does have 2 kids right now, 2 little toddlers, and so
man.
that's quite the routine that they have at their households with the babies right now.
I think it's crazy. Also, I keep thinking like, because I have a small child, for anyone who is in the audience and doesn't know, they're like, all the recommendations are like, get blackout curtains, do this thing, keep the room exactly temperature. And I want to be like, how did our parents do this? Because I just don't think the parents of like the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, whatever, like they were not blackout curtains.
Exactly. They weren't doing all that.
It didn't work. I don't understand.
I just realized that I have a reaction to like a dumb broad video already done for today. So we'll see. We'll see if that video does good. Yeah, like I could actually see why those videos might do better. Because like people are just like, I want to be entertained. Like people want to be entertained now, and like dunking on dumb people is always funny, and like it's always because it's like twofold. It's like, I can't believe how stupid this person is. And also like, ha ha ha, the thing that, bearded guy said was funny too. Like, it's like you get like double value.
Yeah.
I may end up, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I watched this like miniseries documentary on the kidfluencers, and like I think it's called Born to Go Viral or something.
Yep.
But they talk about the parents that involved. They're like, during COVID, everyone was doing pranks, like pranking each other constantly. Now that's like maybe a niche that was in a niche, but I wonder if like on the commentary side, that's like the equivalent. Like, reacting to something from the internet is more engaging right now than being like, here's an article and some topics about the news.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of. I think people are burnt out now. I don't think I could do 5 reaction videos a day, but boy, I tell you what, if I could do 2 reaction videos a day and get the same views, or 1, I would be the happiest. Like it's
cool.
It's Kimball says, I prefer long form content, especially since studies show that they're trying to erode our attention spans even more. I see course correction is needed. I agree with that. Kate already said I refuse to watch videos on YouTube, so I don't watch them until they're on Rumble. Maybe that's part of it. Well, I pretty much upload them on Rumble like within an hour. Like Maggie schedules them all like ready to go. Weird Robot says, Jeremy, past years have been shit. People have been glued to social media for some sort of hope. Now things are getting good and people are touching grass. It's a fucking good thing. That, sometimes it could be Occam's razor. Like, I find myself, to be totally honest, watching like less videos online. Like, I want to play video games and I want to I want to chill. And so that's probably why video game streamers are doing a little bit better now. And when you add to that the fact there's been, at least in Melanie's and I's world, like, think about the last big controversy even. Like, this space tried to make Superman a controversy. It really wasn't. I guess for like a second, the black female Iron Man was a thing for like a second.
Right.
Like, when's the last She-Hulk? Maybe?
That was like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though.
She-Hulk, we had She-Hulk, Velma, and Rings of Power all at that time. That was really taking off. But after that, things did slow down a lot.
Yeah, like, even if like, okay, so in this season of Rings of Power, what is it called? Ring of Power?
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power. No, I'm talking about even when it first came out right around that time, the Lord of the Rings series. People are making fun of that.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes back this summer, no one's going to give a shit because no one's even watching it anymore.
Right.
Like, it's hard to get mad about another. Like, I saw there was a race swap in One Piece or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this isn't really my. I mean, the race swap thing is, but I know nothing about One Piece and anime, so I'm like, this one's not really for me. But like, there really hasn't been like that's probably a bigger part of it. It's like there has not been like we can pretend that Superman was a controversy, but it wasn't. We can pretend that Fantastic Four was a controversy, but it really wasn't. There's nothing else to say other than the movie tanked at the box office. Like, there's no Pedro Pascal sound bites from the press tour saying, men bad. There just hasn't been a great moment to continue to track for a while, I think. That's also part of it. I think there's just less interesting shit going on at least for the videos that we make. That's why when you look at like Benny Johnson, who's killing it, it's like, well, yeah, because he's doing hard politics, and like those people never get burnt out.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, and the walls are closing in, so
any minute now.
a different audience. I'm sorry, we had to mention it.
Yeah, according to
But
sources.
that's what I was saying before is like when you feel like urgently we must pay attention because anything could happen right now. Come back all the time for live updates. Totally different audience than someone who is like consuming your content for fun.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna try to make more funny videos, and we'll just see how that does, and maybe less of them, because I think one thing you don't want to do when things aren't going good is spam videos. Like, I learned that, like, if things are bad, making more, like, isn't going to help. Like, if people aren't tuning in, there's not much you can do. Unwoke Gamer says the Douglas Wilson CNN piece was super cool to see. I'm a member of the CREC, and Wilson is the most well-known pastor at the moment. The CREC would be considered Reformed Presbyterian. I think that's what Melanie is, right?
I'm Reformed Baptist.
Oh, okay, Baptist.
But I think they're pretty close.
Let's check that out next. Soundwave says, fuck YouTube creators, fuck Mega, especially X accounts, etc. All this digital ID crap coming out, and they did nothing to stop it. Hope they enjoy getting fucked over. I don't want any complaints from them. Well, I hope you're not talking about me, because I'm one of the few people that was making videos on it. And like, I have complained openly that no one gave a shit. Like, I was begging people to make videos about it. I have another video on it today. And I'm like, while all you fuckers were worrying about fucking pointless shit, they rolled out online ID. It's out. We lost. It's out. YouTube rolled it out today. They have AI scanning in place. And if AI says you're underage, you're going to have to upload your ID. Gee, I wonder if a bunch of conservatives are going to be oversampled as needing to upload their IDs. Like, we lost. They rolled it out, and our government didn't even make it a law. Nazare says ads and self-promotion are the most cringe elements of streamers. Should avoid when possible. Yeah, well, streamers get to do that because they have thousands of people paying for Twitch Prime, so they don't have to do ads. Like, I always love when like Asmongold's like, oh, I never run ads. Ads are gay. And it's like, yeah, you have 75,000 people paying you $5 a month. That's enough. Yeah. Or like Hassan's like, oh, I have to run so many ads. You have 55,000 people paying you $5. That's $250,000 a month. Yeah, you don't need more than that. Mm-hmm. If I could promise you this right now, if we had 10,000 people subbed across all three platforms, I would never do an ad read ever again. Ever. That's it. 10,000. By the way, given our audience and size, that's a very achievable number. But like, if we had 10,000, I would never do a single ad read ever again. Like, and at 20,000, I'd close my coffee company. Like, it's just like,
I don't want you to close your coffee company.
Well,
that's
you know
your
what I mean.
Project.
Yeah, I wouldn't close it, but you get what I mean. Like, you hardly, I would just do standard promotion for it, because it's like, people forget the only people who complain about ads are the people that are making $100,000 a month, whether or not they do ads. Mm-hmm. We don't make any money unless I do ads. Like, ad revenue. Yeah. That's something Rumble's working on, but like, sure, it's great that there's, people on here that don't like ads, but that's why I push Rumble Premium so much. It's like, yeah, you don't get ads, and we get, I don't know, $4 or $5 a month of that. 1,000 people do that. That's a nice chunk of change. Mm-hmm. 10,000 people do that. Everything's covered, and I don't ever have to do ad reads, or at least not for anything I don't want to do, Right. Acardia says, Jeremy, you need to make members only content that has stuff like Mel's feet pictures. No, I'm not doing that.
No, thank you.
Suffer that. Well, what you're saying is you need to prostitute your female employees By the way,
Melanie can prostitute her feet by herself. If
she doesn't need me as
feminine
she doesn't need me to be an intermediary in her prostitution. It says, I have 5 sisters, no brothers. I have an older twin sister and a twin sister myself. My name is also Jeremy. No lie. Oh, shout out. I always say your name wrong. Is it New Div? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Rita says, market saturation is dividing the audience amongst more channels. That's also part of it. That's also part of it. Ramsey C says, I know you have a schedule, but you mentioned playing the Doug Wilson interview clip. It's a banger. No matter. Let's put it on right now.
All right.
Yeah,
Melanie, guy.
Here we go.
Yeah. It's only the clip I found is only like 6 minutes long. So
okay.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
Christchurch senior pastor Doug Wilson makes no apologies for his beliefs on God and country.
I'd like to see the town be a Christian town. I'd like to see the state be a Christian state. I'd like to see the nation be a Christian nation. I'd like to see the world be a Christian world.
And now Wilson's
Base so far,
controversial views as a Christian nationalist are gaining sway in the nation's center of power with the recent opening of his new church and high-profile parishioners like Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Is planting a church in D.C. part of your mission to try to turn this into a Christian nation?
Yes.
It is a Christian nation.
I also like this. Yes. That's good.
It's supposed to be, but I do believe our nation is under judgment right now.
Well,
and
sure.
It's because we have been doing the whole gay stuff, the promiscuity, all of the hookup culture, this and that. Like, the Bible is very clear on that. Once you start engaging in these types of sin, like as a nation, you're not going to be blessed. And I think right now we are under judgment. We need people like him to stand strong and pioneer the way, so that and more of us need to get on board that, hey, we need to be focused more on God's word as a nation, because we can't do this, oh, okay, let's go ahead and let them have their gay marriage and let's do this and let this and that and we'll be fine. We'll just have a secular little utopia. It won't work like that. Like, God will not bless our nation. And that's why I know so many people get mad at me for my opinions and all of that, but I'm coming from a place that I want to see our nation be blessed, and we won't be blessed if we live in degeneracy and promote degeneracy.
Yeah. I also think there's a great, I think it's Charlie Kirk. Somebody's like, this isn't a Christian nation. And he just like goes through all the Christianity things that are very clearly in our Constitution. And like, every one of our founding fathers was Christian. Like, it's like undeniable that we're This would be like going into fucking Afghanistan and being like, so you want to turn this into a Muslim nation? Like, at its very core, America is a Christian nation. Now, I'm not saying you've got to be a believer, you got to, whatever, but I'm just stating the facts.
Well, it's just created with Christian values. Like, you can't break away from them. And I don't think we should. Like, I hate that in modern culture, that's viewed as a bad thing.
Yeah.
So every society is theocratic. The only question is who's Theo. In a secular democracy, it would be demos, the people. In a Christian republic, it'd be Christ.
Well, what would you say to someone watching this and say, look, I'm a Muslim. Who are you to say your worldview is better than mine, that your God is better than mine?
Well, if I went to Saudi Arabia, I would fully expect to live under their God's rules.
Right.
You said earlier that you want this to be a Christian world.
Yes.
So you want to supplant their religion with your Christian.
Yes, by peaceful means, by sharing the gospel. There's a lot of work yet to do.
They also want to
I
do
believe that we are working our little corner of the vineyard.
Wilson's Little Corner, a picturesque campus nestled on the outskirts of downtown Moscow, Idaho, is growing by the day with thousands of like-minded Christians. Parishioners of his church.
Any other religion, this is seen as their default setting, but it's only uncomfortable for people when it's Christians, and that's like a weird thing. Like when people are like, wow, Muslims are invading Europe and they're taking over by outbreeding them, people are like, yeah, that's what Muslims do. And it's like, Christians are like, hey, we want to be Christian. People are like, whoa,
exactly.
What are you, a Nazi?
Yeah.
Or you white By the way, there is a natural rubber band effect to this that you're going to start to see. I think you're going to see a big rise in white nationalism. Like, people who have people who make pro-white content or white pride content, but aren't actually Nazis. You know what I mean? Like, because
I think so, but I almost think that there's also a concerted effort, I don't know from the DNC or who, to try to build extremism on that side to discredit the right as well. I noticed my video I made on my Bible channel about white people being bred out, right? I had a very reasonable take on that. It wasn't even remotely like, oh, white people are superior. I didn't say anything of that nature. And all of a sudden yesterday, which by the way, that video's been out a couple weeks. Yesterday, I noticed, I saw an influx of bot comments that were all saying the same thing. And it was like, okay, it was talking about, and I don't even completely disagree with what they were saying, but it made me suspicious of like, what is the goal of this, to all of a sudden have an influx of bots saying things like, oh yeah, well, white, or I don't know. They were just, but it started to make things just very centered. I'm like,
there's a very, very big difference. Every other race is allowed to be proud of their race, and nobody calls them racist. There's a very big difference between. Now, I think being proud of your skin color is dumb because you have no power over that.
Right.
Like, you should be proud of who you are and the things that you've done. But like, if somebody wants to have pride in being white, I think that's fine because that's what society has said. They've said that it's fine to be proud of being black or Asian or Japanese or whatever.
Target
so why is it only white
like
people?
Black pride shirts during certain months. Like, hold on, team. We let this happen for some people. Right. Like, I think that's kind of weird. What bothers me more than anything is that, okay, so I think I've told this anecdote before publicly, but like when I was, I think in 8th grade, during my history class, wherever we were learning the terms like patriotism and nationalism. And I remember very clearly the teacher was like, well, nationalism is patriotism that goes too far. And
really?
Don't understand this term, and it has never made sense to me after this, because I think you should want good things for your nation over all others, right? Like that's not bad. You don't have to harm and hate everybody, but like it's good to think of your nation as a great place that you want to see thrive. I think what's hard is that like they're linking all of these terms to being bad. So like this guy, Doug Wilson, they're like, he's a leader of the Christian nationalist movement. Tell me why Christian nationalism has to be bad. Why is it inherently bad other than CNN says it with
Nazis.
a whispered voice?
Because Nazis. I mean, that's what they're going to say.
Yeah, but like it doesn't make sense. And I think a lot of people are starting to realize that. And that makes them they feel more comfortable saying things like, oh, by the way, white people are a global minority. So why do we demonize them so much in America? Like it allows people to question the narrative instead of being so scared to be labeled by these terms.
Were you gonna say something, Melanie?
I mean, like I'm all for I think that Christian nationalism can be done well. And my concern with this kind of stuff, though, is some of what we see with the propaganda bots on X, for example, that are trying to radicalize people into unchristian things, but using the term Christian nationalist as kind of their shield, I guess. So I do see a bit of that because I'm all about, hey, if people are celebrating being black, then white people should be able to be proud of being white or whatever. But there is something to be said about focusing too much on race in general. That means nothing. And I think I don't want to turn into the opposite of what we saw with BLM. I don't want to see WLM. I don't want that. And I do think that there is some sort of concerted effort with some of these propaganda bots to try to get Christians on board with some of this stuff that is definitely not even biblical, but under the guise of Christian nationalism. So actual Christian nationalism done right and done biblically, hey, that could be awesome. I think our nation will not truly prosper unless we do have more biblically aligned laws in place. But it just needs to be done by actual Christians in charge of everything and not some of this other crazy stuff.
Right. Yeah. And I think there are people who like claim to be whatever. Yes. And then suddenly they're like the media special will be like, they're the representation of this movement. And you want to be like, I don't know that they are.
Right. Well, you can't let that. Yeah. I think you're both right, but you can't let that like, I think if I were to join a church, I'd be more drawn to this type of church where I like want to get back to the roots of this country because like I don't really give a shit what the media says about it. It's not 2016 anymore. And like, I think that you could say the same thing about any religion. Like, well, Christian nationalists might have an offshoot of actual like Nazis. Okay. Well, Muslims have offshoots of terrorists and you know, whatever the case. So like, I don't care about that. Like, you know, there was a time in the 80s where like Christians were bombing abortion clinics or something, like Christian extremists or something like that, or whatever. But like,
sure, yeah.
Like, I don't think you can allow that to stop you from pursuing what is a 99% good versus like, you know, oh, they might, you know, Nazi jacket us or I'm not like, I think the power of the media has really weakened over the past, 8 years. And, who would have thought Melanie would, call somebody the F slur on Twitter and get 100,000 likes like that? Things are different now. And I agree. Like, I still say now, and obviously like in one breath, I might appeal to people. And then in the next breath, you'll say that you hate this. But like, again, I think having pride in your skin color is cringe. Right. And it doesn't mean you've done anything. It means you were born. Big fucking whoop. Like, it's like you had no control or any part of that. So you have no reason to be prideful for it. Just like black pride is cringe. You're black, so what? What have you done? Like, what do you do for a living? What have you done for charity? What have you done for a community? What have you, what's your family? Nobody gives a shit that your skin, like, I think you said to Melanie, like, I want to get away too from caring about skin color.
Yeah,
like,
I'm over it.
Matter.
And just as a true Christian value isn't just, oh, well, the black people went this far, so now white people are going to do the same thing as white. That's not a Christian value. Christian value is that we're all made in the image of God and that your brothers and sisters are not people who just happen to look like you. They are fellow believers in Christ. Those are our brothers and sisters, not just, oh, this person is my brother or sister just because they have the same skin color as me. That's not how it works.
Yeah. I think with all of this, like, again, this, like, because you can see the through line here, right? There's this pastor who has views that might not be, what you're expecting or what you're told should be how people talk or whatever. Not that I think he's that bad. And Pete Hegseth is like loosely affiliated with this network of churches, and therefore he's in Donald Trump's government, and therefore Donald Trump's government is inherently bad and evil and racist. Like it is. My problem with a lot of this is it's coming from a place of actually trying to divide and continue this like fear mongering. And at the core of it, for a lot of it, is like white people are here to oppress and harm everyone, and therefore you should be against them. Like, I think that's the wrong narrative to push. I agree with you. Like, there is an importance to return to Christian values and practice them. Like, you could declare yourself a Christian all day long, but if you don't live that way, if you don't constantly strive to be a better Christian, then like you're not really helping the cause here. What I find disturbing is like the idea that anytime these, quote unquote extremist groups get talked to, it immediately becomes a like, are they about to label us Nazis situation?
Yeah.
Like, it's not, I think you should, in some respects, like, hear them out. Obviously, condemn people who go too far, condemn violence, things like that. But, it is worth noting why people are drawn to this kind of church if it's growing so quickly, and what kind of hole are we experiencing in our culture and society. If you just try to like other them and shame them and put them away in this like you can't touch the untouchables box, then you are actually not helping anyone. And in this case, this outlet wouldn't be informing their viewers accurately, in my opinion.
Yeah. Of course, HCB's been spitting fire today. The Good White says Hegseth has a Templar tattoo, 9th Crusade before GTA 6. I mean, and then Dom Kogan says our nation is becoming close to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
Fox says he should have answered her question about Muslims asking about Christianity being better than Islam by saying, is Christianity better because God doesn't communicate to his creation through a pedophile? It's pronounced New Diver. It's pronounced New Diver. It stands for neurodivergent. Okay, gotcha. Soundwave says follow up. I'm glad that you for IDU, Chibi, Smash GT, Pirate Nation, Deep Huber, Moist Critical, and to an extent Tim Pool really trying to bring awareness. You guys are good. Don't worry. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember like some of the bigger people were talking about it too. And I just didn't know what to tell people what do you do? Like, the problem is it was rolled out and it wasn't even a law. The corporations just said, okay.
Well, arguably, wouldn't the move now be to be like, we need intervention? I hate to be like, go to the federal government on this one, but that would be the one to be like, have your state or federal representatives aware of what's going on and ask specifically for protections against this.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing the problem is some states are actually putting this out too. Yeah. Like Texas has some laws. We talked about Utah having some laws. New York has been trying to pass this for 10 years. I think they have some versions of it. Let's listen to a little bit more of this, and then I have one other video I wanted to get your guys' take on here.
Church, known as Kirkers, own and operate several businesses downtown next to liberal college town stores.
If it's true.
Why did he yell boo? Because it's
because of me.
Because of you.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's a regular day for you.
That's not unusual.
A big focus of his Christian movement is on a patriarchal society where men are dominant and women are expected to submit to their husbands.
Women are the kind of people that people come out of.
So you just think they're meant to have babies. That's it. They're just a vessel.
No, it doesn't take any.
She's just trying to be triggered. Like.
Also, like, I want to put on a shirt. Women are the kinds of people come out of. Sir, what? He's continuing.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah.
To simply reproduce biologically. The wife and mother, who is...
Look at her face.
The chief executive of the home, is entrusted with 3 or 4 or 5 eternal souls.
I'm here as a working
journalist. This guy's for raising the fertility rate.
Good for you.
Oh, here she does the I can work and be a mom of 3 thing. Who's watching your kids right now? Oh, I hope that's what he says. I was like, well, who's mothering your kids right now? A migrant worker?
Is that an issue
No.
for you?
No, it's not automatically an issue.
Josh and Amy Prince, along with their 4 kids, moved here from Washington State.
Do you see Amy as your equal?
Yes and no. In the sense that we're both saved by grace, we're absolutely on equal footing. But we have very different purposes, God-given.
But do you see yourself as the head of the household, as the man?
He is the head of our household. Yes, and I do submit to him.
So like moving here
was
ultimately your decision.
Yes.
That's a great
example.
Wilson says in his vision of a Christian society, women as individuals shouldn't be able to vote. His fellow pastors, Jared Longshore and Toby Sumter, agree.
In my ideal society, we would vote as households. And I would ordinarily be the one that would cast the vote, but I would cast the vote having discussed it with my household.
But what if your wife doesn't want to vote for the same person as you?
Right. Well, then that's a great opportunity for a good discussion.
There are
fucking got her.
That was fair.
Yeah.
Some who have gone so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that.
Based. It's just like she's
Isn't
like
it funny to see people just be like,
she wants him to be. She's like, you should be offended by this. He's like, nah, we're good. I think this is
gotcha questions, and he's like, yeah, I mean, here's why.
Yeah,
I think in a Christian society, I would be more okay with this kind of take. But in a secular society, no, I don't want to give up my right to vote when we have a bunch of godless men who are voting. Like,
I'm glad you said that, because I always feel like I'm I'm not opposed to repealing the 19th Amendment, but like, not in these cultural conditions.
Not like this. No, not unless we see a big change and more men turn to God, and this country be run as a Christian nation should be. Then I'm fine with that, but it's not there right now.
And I'd support it on the basis that the atomization that comes.
She really thought these guys were going to wilt. You can just see in her face, like, you guys want to repeal the 19th? Yeah. And there's not even a but. It's like, yeah, I fucking said what I said. Like, I said what I said. What do you mean?
already know that there are going to be people who like hear it and will click off this clip and be like, I don't even want to hear his explanation. He's horrible. How could he even say that? But like, it's interesting that these guys all were like, yeah, we'll take an interview with CNN and we'll say the thing that makes them unhappy and give them an explanation as to why. That is a cultural shift.
With our current system is not good for humans.
And Wilson, a veteran himself, is unapologetic about his view that women shouldn't be in certain leadership or combat roles.
Looking at the leadership page for Christ Church, it's all men.
This is good. That's how churches should be. And that's why I really like the new church that I started going to, because it's just all male leadership from every department. And I love that.
Do you accept women in leadership roles in the church and in government?
In the church, no.
Why?
Because the Bible says not to.
Well, that's not what happens in the Bible.
You shouldn't even have a job, bitch.
Oh, no, we have a lady.
By the way, her church is called Faith and Democracy.
Oh, wow.
So she's just an activist, who's trying to be a
well, women
pastor.
do lead all the time.
Progressive faith leader Reverend Jennifer Butler is concerned about Wilson's growing influence.
He is rapidly gaining in power. He has hundreds of churches established around the country. They actually literally want to take over towns and cities, and they have access to this administration.
Wilson is part of a broader Christian nationalist movement making inroads with the Trump administration, with a newly created faith office led by evangelical pastor Paula White Cain, and people seen right outside the White House entrance praying and speaking in tongues.
Oh, they were praying? Oh my God. Now, the speaking in tongues
offensive.
thing, I don't know about all that, but yeah, that's, God is not democratic. Yeah, right. I mean, I mean, the culture has shifted. Like, there's no way, like, this woman really thought she was cooking. She's like, well, I'm a woman and I have kids. Yeah. The best response would have been like, yeah, who's watching them right now? Because
I'll pray for them.
Yeah. I'll pray for them. Yeah. Like, I think it would be better if you were there and you weren't paying a stranger to raise your kids. And, that's a normal thing. Like, shout out to we just crossed 20,000 viewers. I want to take a pause here. We're live Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern and Fridays at 1 Eastern. And, if you're on Rumble, please do follow the channel. And, I want to let the ladies announce where you can follow them too. We're going to cover this. And then I've got a vaping douche getting epically owned by a flight attendant. So we'll end the show on that one. But go ahead and let them know where they can find your stuff. And please do give them a follow, folks, if you're out there, because they both create content too. And they work hard on it. And I definitely want them to succeed.
All right.
That's so nice.
All right, I'll go first this time. You guys can find me on my social commentaries channel, Melanie Mac Go Boom. And I have a stream tomorrow. Every Wednesday I stream there. And then also, or Melanie Mac on Rumble, Melanie Mac Go Boom on YouTube. And then my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mac, where I've got weekday vlogs as well as Bible verses of the day every day.
You guys can find my content on Rumble and YouTube at Hannah Claire B. I do videos on the news. I put one up yesterday. You guys can check that out. I also do some cultural analysis. I should have a video up, I would say in maybe 24, 48 hours on Usha Vance. And you can also follow me on X. It's Hannah Claire B there as well. So Hannah Claire B on Rumble, YouTube, and X. Thanks, as always, to those of you guys who've already subscribed. And also, if you like today's show, you should come back on Thursday for more Astrocast.
Yeah, I know. Every Tuesday and Thursday, these two are on. Monday and Wednesday is Luke Radowski, and Friday is just me, just little old me. Well, let's
I like
finish
that you
this.
have Fridays for yourself. You're like, that's my day with my friends.
Yeah, well, usually I just do my standalone videos and kind of it's pretty casual, but everyone else takes off, so I work.
We are standing on the soil of the White House, and we are declaring your word.
How precious.
And now there's a monthly prayer service at the Pentagon, initiated by Hegseth, Wilson's highest level connection to the administration.
It's not organizationally tied to us, but it's the kind of thing we love to see.
For his part, Hegseth has publicly praised Wilson.
Now we're standing on the shoulders of a generation later, the Doug Wilsons and the others.
Wilson's influence spans the globe, with more than
Oh, he said his name. Yeah, oh boy. This is so weird to like. I have not heard anything controversial. And look at this woman's face. Golly. Look at it's just like this is an unhappy woman.
Street them. I think that system of chattel
it's not
slavery.
controversial to you because you've already been exposed to a lot of this, and I think you're
Yeah.
more open to it. But I definitely have female friends that if I played them the clip of the guy being like, "We should vote as households," like I would be open to repealing the 19th. They would be really upset about that. And you know, maybe that's because they were raised by feminists. Maybe that's because it's shocking. I don't know. But I think overall, those like it's nothing new, and especially if this is a CNN interview, like we already know how this is gonna be out. It's
Right,
more
right.
interesting, again, like I said, that these guys were like, yeah, I'll come on a hostile network and talk about it, even though they know that CNN's core audience is gonna be like, you're all extremists and you're ruining the world.
Yeah, I mean it's an attractive notion to have this country be, you know, guided by Christian values again, like it was during its inception, creation, the writing of the Constitution, you know, like literally everything. And we've definitely like I even agree with Melanie, like I'll repeal the 19th when we can also repeal, like, you know, gays from getting married and like buying babies and you know, all this kind of stuff. Like there's a lot of other stuff that we could get back to Christian roots before I worry about repealing the 19th.
Right.
But on top of, you know, like I don't think repealing the 19th automatically makes anything better, because if you don't, you know, there's loads of men that support this nonsense too.
Yep.
You know, so
yeah, if you're appealing the 19th and then you got these troon men pretending to be women and things like that, it's like that's not the type of men that I think women should be submitting to in society, and a lot of these deranged men. So it just doesn't work.
There's this, speaking of types of men, I have this video of a pickleball coach who was, again, they thought they were in the right in this video, which is always great. Went into the bathroom in a airplane and was vaping. Now, anybody who's flown in the last
100 years,
right, in the last 20 years, you have not been able to smoke on an airplane. You have never been able to vape on an airplane at any point. Now, we used to be a proper country. You could smoke a cigarette on an airplane, but you haven't been able to smoke.
Science changed. You can't do that anymore.
Right. But like there is nobody alive today who's, you know, was around for when vaping. So he knew exactly what he was doing. The flight attendant rips open the bathroom door, and this is the impending confrontation.
But I was actually sitting on the toilet. You were opening the door.
I don't care.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
You can keep saying you're sorry, but I'm here about all these cats.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, so it'll be on you, and I see you're recording.
That's fine. You're not allowed to do that.
She shouldn't be reaching and touching him like that. But the vaping thing, by the way, they just had like a battery backup thing, like Ignite on an airplane.
Right.
They're gonna ban batteries on airplanes. If you watch, because these people who do this stuff, they're gonna ban all electronic devices on airplanes now.
Right.
Like that's just gonna be what it is. You know,
you
you shouldn't even
the batteries out of those suitcases where they were like, oh, there's a battery in here, and because they were all catching on fire, right?
Right.
And then one of the Galaxy phones was like always
Oh,
exploding.
I remember that. Yeah.
I worked with a guy, exploded in his pocket. Like he was sitting like two desks away from me. And I'm like, what's burning? And then like he hadn't noticed it. His pants were on fire. Yeah. And like he had to like take his pants off, and like
goodness.
It was crazy. Yeah.
He had to take his pants off in the workplace. Jeremy, you work at the craziest place.
I know.
Fire.
I told him for weeks about that phone because it was already in the news. I was like, you have one of those blow. I said, I knew exactly. I'm like, did your phone just blow up? He's like, yes. Like, I told you they had like a free recall. He could have traded it in and got any other phone, but he just was too lazy. And we had a Verizon store like around the block from the office.
You're like, I will walk you there for everyone's safety.
I've tried. I had to bully Melanie Mack into getting health insurance. I had to bully Megan into getting health insurance. Like, I can only dad up on so many people.
Put your hands on me. She just put her hands on me. Yes, she did. She put her hands on me. She tried to grab my phone. No, but she put her hands on me. I have a lawyer. I am a lawyer.
Oh my.
I have a lawyer. I am a lawyer.
He got his law degree in 10 seconds. That was amazing.
Wow, incredible.
By the way, like, I would fully support, now maybe there was or wasn't an air marshal on this, but like, I don't care. You just take this guy to the ground, handcuff and zip tie him, and just like, I guarantee you. Now, fortunately, I haven't had any like freakouts on planes, but I guarantee you the entire plane would applaud. Like, if they knew this guy was in there smoking and like, being an entitled douche nozzle, like if some like big black air marshal just came and like gave him the arm bar and like just the plane would erupt in cheers. I guarantee it. And then, dude, I don't know if this happened or not, but like what ends up happening a lot of times is they have to divert the flight now.
Yeah.
So like you're just trying to get home. 300 people are just trying to get home to their families. And now they have to land in Newark so that they can get this guy off the airplane. Like,
but he had to vape, Jeremy. You don't understand.
I know he just had to. I'll never understand. I know. I get it. The douche flute is the call of the douche flute. You cannot deny it.
I am a lawyer. Yes, I'm sorry, but you do not put your hands on me. You do not put your hands on me. You do not put your hands on me. I have 5,000 followers.
Ooh, he has 5,000 followers.
Seriously, did he just pull that?
Yeah, I didn't care if he had a million followers. Yeah, he went to I know a lawyer to I am a lawyer. So I have 5,000 followers. This guy, like, by the way, he doubled down. He posted this on Instagram. I can't delete it. It's already on the internet. Oh, I'm sure he did. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not just a CEO, a nonprofit founder. I'm also a Hollywood producer, he declared.
Oh, dear.
The reputational harm from this incident has been devastating to my career. My brother in Christ. Like, this is you are 100% responsible for 100% of this.
That's the thing is normally Asian people aren't like this, but this is just an example of somebody.
Gay.
Well, yeah, he's probably gay. This is somebody that he probably had first generation parents who worked really hard to get here, and then he got indoctrinated in the gay schools and stuff. And he's a Hollywood producer or whatever. So
allegedly.
So he's definitely involved in some of that gay stuff.
I'm sorry. I just like.
He also said, by the way, I'm going through nicotine withdrawal.
Sir, buy a patch. You knew you were boarding a plane. These rules have been consistent.
How about get the gum, buy a patch,
right?
Or be like a normally. By the way, the flight was only 2 hours long.
Oh wow, we couldn't even wait 2 hours.
There was 35 minutes left in the flight, and he absolutely had to go in the bathroom and smoke a cigarette, a vape. Like,
wow.
I would like if this dude was banned for life from flying, I would not ever defend it. Like,
oh yeah,
I as somebody who has like a terrible fear of flying, but I do it. I like if some fuckwit did this and my plane got diverted and I had to land in Chicago and find it, I would be violent.
Yeah,
like there is no like I would be I would sue him federally I would find a way to ruin this guy's life and
it's just so narcissistic to be like, but I had to vape. And even though I know the rules because I have to do it secretly in the bathroom.
Right.
You guys are the problem. I am a lawyer as of right now, and I'm a producer. And my need to vape is more important than literally everyone else on this plane.
A 2-hour flight. So 90 minutes into a 2-hour flight, he was having nicotine withdrawal. So he absolutely, here, I think he says
25,000 followers that are going to watch this.
Oh, 25,000.
Yes, I know. That's my bad. Yes, you did. You pulled it right over my chest. Yes,
I wish he would have punched him in the face.
I know.
What is he? You
I hope
touched
she
him.
doesn't get in trouble for having touched him. Like, I would hate if the
She's
airline was,
gonna.
like,
She's gonna.
improper conduct.
She shouldn't have reached for his phone. And by the way, just so like I'm pretty sure he was not live at this time. So he landed and he felt like, I'm going to upload this. Like he made the decision after landing, after cooling off, after, everything, he still chose to upload it. And he just put, I can't delete it. It's already on the internet. That's what his name is, Kobe.pickleball. He got 300 likes and turned the comments off. So I guess I'm not surprised. I don't know. This guy, by the way, he doesn't have 25,000 followers. To be clear, he has 22,000 followers.
Maybe he lost 3,000 after that incident.
That's probably true. Yeah, that's probably true. I don't really know how Instagram works. I'm scrolling through his Instagram. Here's videos. Okay. Here's one that has 302,000 views. Okay, so he's got some like viral.
That's the thing
clips.
is that Reels on Instagram gets boosted like crazy. It's pretty insane.
I can't find I don't see the airplane video. So he must have deleted it.
He must have took it down. Oh.
Yeah, he must have took it down anyway. I just
his actual lawyer was like, dude, immediately delete that.
Yeah. Like you are the Quartering is going to do a reaction video after the live stream to you because apparently reaction videos are the only thing. Like I uploaded a video about, pedophiles in Roblox. That video bombed. So let's dunk on this Asian twink and see if, maybe people are interested in that. Like, it's just so, my privacy and dignity were violated in ways that left me shaken, humiliated, and hurt, is what he said. He's probably going to sue.
But that's I feel like that's what he wanted the whole time. I don't want to be like tinfoil hat, bitter conspiracy theorist, but like, the second it started happening, he was like, I'm gonna make $1 billion.
Yep. Yeah. He's not like, and again, these people are always like, they think that someone putting their hands on them is like a get out of jail free card. Mm-hmm. I bet you that somebody set it up like a GoFundMe for this stewardess. Somebody should, and just send her on vacation. Like people like this, I don't know. I'm not a violent man. But if I know how I am when I travel, like, don't even talk to me. And like,
right.
My headphones are on, my noise canceling headphones are on from the minute I leave the house until the minute I reach my hotel. Like, that's how I travel. And like, even when I flew to Hawaii with my own wife, that's how it was. I'm like,
don't even look at me right now.
I just said, like, look, you can do whatever you want at the airport. Just make sure you're here at the, but this is how I do. Like, I go through security. I don't check bags. I don't do, this is it. And I'll see you I'll see you on the other side. And that's just how I am about it. Like, I'm not that bad with her, but like, she wanted to stop.
You are, though. It's kind of funny.
Well, she wanted to stop and look at some stupid dinosaur at O'Hare Airport. I'm like, all right, that's it. And I left her behind. But like, I was like, where the gate is. But yeah, I don't enjoy flying. If somebody made me divert my flight because they wanted to hit their douche flute, I don't know. Like that, I think I'm getting involved physically in that.
Yeah.
Oh, Maggie, check. They're here, I think. We're on we're on signature only package watch today.
Oh.
My delivery people, bless their lazy hearts. But like a lot of times I'm like, you see when I look up, I'm looking at my security cameras. I've seen them pull up in the drive with a signature only package and just put the notice on my door. That they tried to get me.
No one was standing in the driveway, so
yeah. And like I had Maggie call, and like she handles a lot of my she can be courteously cocky better than me, and I'm like, you need to call them and get that driver back right now. Like I have his ass on videotape. He never even rang the doorbell, and it's like UPS was like, well, he's like, I said, I don't care. Ring the doorbell. I'm like, there's 4 people in the house right now, and both garage doors were open, and he had the sheet filled out. Like, was he 8 seconds behind for the day? That he needed to shave that off by not waiting. I wouldn't have cared if he just put it was a laptop and I needed it, and like because I was like my other laptop was broken. I was like, no, send him back, and they didn't. They came back the next day though, and he made sure to stand by that door and wait. But it's just, I mean, I think he would have called me a liar if I wasn't like, bro, I watched you do it. I have like, look up here, look up there. I got fucking 25 cameras outside my house. Like I was on the way outside. Uh-oh, they're gone already. She better not have missed them.
Maggie, run, Maggie.
She did, but they're gone. I don't know.
Oh,
that's her new computer. Her computer's like 7 years old.
So she's got skin in this game.
Yeah, but she missed it. I'm the one that caught it. So, wait, is that it? That's it. Why is the box so big?
Good job, Maggie.
All right, you got your new computer. Why is Yeah. Shout out Meta PCs, promo code the quartering because I have to pay for that. Normally they give me my computers, but when I'm like, hey, I need a computer for my staff, they're like, no, like you gotta pay for that. So yeah, no entitled douchiness. By the way, shout out to 21,000 viewers out there today. They never knock or ring the bell. What planet are you on? Jeremy, what are you talking about? They always, well, no, they used to. They definitely don't knock or ring the bell anymore. But when it's signature required, they have to. They're supposed to.
Otherwise, how do you get someone to sign?
How am I supposed to sign? Like, you got to catch you when I'm outside mowing the lawn? Like, I don't expect them to ring the bell or knock for, non-signature package.
Right.
But when it's signature required, like, and I have to deploy, like, I'm watching the camera all show. I'm like, Maggie, you better be in the office today. Your computer's coming. Or
bring
like,
your running shoes, Maggie. You're going to have to catch them.
Yeah, my wife has got to watch. And then the other day, we had, I think, our fish guy was here. And I'm like, well, if somebody comes to the door, make sure you see him, So it was, we still missed it. And I was very, very upset. Even for signature required, they can leave a pickup card. Well, I would have been fine with pickup. I would have went to the UPS place and got it, but they didn't even leave that. Well, they left the card, but with no information on it. They're like, we'll try again tomorrow. I'm like, well, what? Like, I've been waiting for a month for this computer. And is that all that was in that box?
Yeah.
Who packed that? Tyler?
Angel.
Oh, Angel. Okay. Anyway, someone needs to build a UPS trap. Normally, my UPS people are good, to be honest. FedEx is the one that is. Oh, okay. Whenever I see a package coming FedEx, I'm like, okay, baby Jesus, please look after this package. It has about an 18% chance of arriving here. But anyway, yeah. Go ahead and fire Angel for wasted packaging. It wasn't Angel. He's okay. She did clear him. Because I was going to be like, why did they pack it in such a big box? Like, that's like $20 in bubble wrap. Well, I didn't pay for it. Meta did, so that's fine. Wait, say that again?
It says, why is the box? But there was only one layer of bubble.
Oh, all right. I'm on it. I bean count. Like when I order coffee, I'm like, I make sure how it's shipped, Okay. Well, with that, ladies, tell the people where they can find you.
All right, you first, Hannah Claire. Oh, her screen's frozen on a big
Oh, that's
smile.
a great.
I'm back.
No, you were such a great.
It was amazing.
Yeah, you were locked on like a shit-eating grin, like
awful. I'm gonna.
like,
I have to develop a better resting face for this.
No, it's a perfect resting
No, it was
face.
amazing. You were smiling.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful smile.
We're both laughing, and I feel like that means it's not true. Anyway,
No.
you guys can find my content and see my frozen face on Rumble and YouTube. It's Hannah Claire B. I'm also Hannah Claire B on X. I do videos on the news, some cultural analysis. I have a video up, but there'll be other videos in the future. Let's see if the algorithm takes me out. Thanks for all your support. Again, Hannah Claire B on the internet.
All right, you guys can find me at Melanie Mac Go Boom on YouTube or Melanie Mac on Rumble. I just made a video about gay marriage, how that's being brought up to possibly be overturned, and how I think that would really help our country. So I made a video about that. And I also stream every Wednesday, so I'll be streaming tomorrow there. And then on my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mac, I've got near daily vlogs and then Bible verse of the day every single day. So I'd love to see y'all there.
Well, I'm Jeremy. This is The Quartering. All I ask is that if you enjoyed the show, you give us a follow and you tune back in. We're live Monday through Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern and Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I don't have any sponsors. Pick up our summer blend, coffeebrandcoffee.com. Tiger's Blood and Blackberry Cream are out for a limited time. They're both ridiculous. We're doing another Kona drop, I think, next week of 250 bags of Kona will be released next week. So I'll be able to tell you about that over at Coffee Brand Coffee. No Viva today. That must be why we're crushing it. We scared Viva off. By the way, Astrocast maintained the top 2 streams. The last our last few streams were the biggest streams other than post-election. So
Love it.
Yeah,
That's
we're
so
doing good.
fun. Yay.
So let's see. Like, should we like scare the shit out of a tiny streamer?
Yes.
How about this guy, Tyler Today News? He has 16 viewers right now. Let's just blow his mind. So here we go. Let's see. I'm going to see a little bit of his reaction. So everyone go and follow up Tyler Today News, and tell him the quarterings. And he currently has 16 viewers. So I want to watch this one in real time. Let's see here. Let me bring this over. So let's see the reactions are really always pretty good. I don't know. Hope he doesn't die. So I think he does. Here we go.
Actually, the quartering, is it? That's that you guys are messing with me?
Oh!
Guys, I was just going to talk about this wild video. Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait for it.
Is that actually I feel like I'm getting messed with here. This video is one of my new favorites. Boosh, what did you do? Did you do? No, that was real? It's real?
Now here they come.
What's up, guys?
Here you guys.
We're talking about news. Got a lot of news to cover today.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh,
He
no.
said,
my sound effects are gonna go crazy now.
make sure.
Oh no.
Hello.
Yeah, make sure you
Guys, I have
follow him up.
sound effects. Oh no.
He went from 16 to he's up to
You can't focus. Come on, dude. Power through.
Oh,
This
it's
is your
just
moment,
shooting
man.
up. Yes. 757,
What's up,
67,
everybody from
70.
the quartering? Thank you so much to Jeremy.
800.
What's up, guys?
make sure you follow him too.
Well, now,
Yeah.
Okay, well now I have to pause.
No, don't pause.
Wait a
No,
second.
don't
Wait a
pause. Do the
second.
show.
I might
Look
have
at
to turn that off now.
look at
He
has a follow.
What's up?
He's at 628 out of 700
816
for a goal.
I'm talking to you. What's up? I'm talking
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Hello. Smash the like button. Zoinks.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot. I'm talking. What's up?
Don't be an idiot.
This is your
Yeah.
moment. Hello.
Yeah.
What's happening? Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the news. I'm gonna have to turn that off. Can I turn this off? There we go.
He's up over 1,000 now.
Is it gonna keep going?
He's
I'll go
at
over here. Yeah.
he
okay,
needs
wait.
more followers. He's like 50 followers
I
short.
need that to turn off.
What? What do you want?
Yeah, for his follower goal. I think it's
wanna
like
talk about the news. I
700.
need to turn that off.
Yeah.
I bet there are 50 people
Yeah,
that'll
let it
check
pop
this
up.
out.
There
and
we
like
go.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I turned it off. Thank you guys. Thank you to everyone that's following. Yes, I'm from Tim's Discord. Hello everybody.
Oh,
Coffee Break
there you go.
Coffee.
He's from Tim's
Coffee Break
Discord.
Coffee.
Oh my
Coffee Break
gosh!
Coffee. Mistakes were made. Raid from the quartering. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Guys, I was just about to jump.
All right, well let him do his news thing. Now's your moment to shine, Tyler.
Jeremy, you
everyone
feel like Santa?
Well, I hope he does a good job, and I hope a lot of people follow him, and that I hope he learns his lesson that he better not be in our time slot ever again.
Oh.
Also, why are you not in the quarterings Discord? What are we doing?
Papa Jeremy can giveth, but he can also taketh away. All right, Tyler. So, stay out of our time slot, buddy. All right, everyone. We will see you live tomorrow at 2 Eastern. We'll be back. Hopefully he reaches a 700 follower goal. And we'll see you guys. I'll be streaming later tonight. I'll be streaming video games for another 6 hours tonight, too. So
We'll see you guys Thursday, though.
it's going to be Baldur's Gate tonight. No bear sex, though. No bear sex.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, avoid that crap.
Yeah, I made sure that it was optional. Like it was like you had to actually farm it and do it. But then and we're also gonna finish Expedition 33, and we all just hang out, and it's a good time too. So I'll see you guys